Oh, hello, hi, and welcome to a on-site at Yosemite episode of the VR download. This is interesting. I'm Kyle, and I've got Ian here with me, and we gonna go fishing. How you doing, Ian?
Yeah.
Are we fishing?
I
You just crossed my line, dude.
yeah, well that's the first thing you do in virtual reality fishing because you can't mess things up when you do that. Let's
I love that. I love that. So yeah, like I said, we're live here at Yosemite in an app called RealVR Fishing, and I'll tell you, it's pretty cool to be able to fish, during the holiday season. While we, well, looks like I got something already on my line. That's good. Ian, whoa, hey, whoa, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, am I gonna pull on a fish that quickly? Uh-oh, no, get back here. Here we go. Yeah. Now, well, hey, look at that. I caught a fish. Neat. A white crappie.
That's how you
White
pronounce it.
crappie.
Oh,
Look at that.
look at the birds up there.
It's a crappie.
Look at the birds.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. I've never been to Yosemite. Have you ever been to Yosemite?
I have.
Ian?
I have. Yeah, this is
Wow.
this is fantastic.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Yeah. Well, okay, so we are in Real VR Fishing. This is the new DLC. The US West DLC. I just realized, Ian, we can't see the chat.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm actually trying to fix over on my side.
Okay.
Where
I'm wondering,
because you've got the browser. Try to bring up the browser over with that
Right.
menu button. Whoa,
I'm gonna-
there's a bear.
where? Oh my gosh, there's a bear. Holy moly. I had no idea.
All right, yeah. And I think the stream might still be unlisted because I had it unlisted
Oh,
until we're actually able to get up and running here. So let's go public
Yeah.
again. Publish.
oh no, we're in music. Okay, let's see here.
All right, so now we're public again, and that should help in the ability to actually search for this stream and see if I could bring up comments live from the quest.
That would be cool to be able to have the comments. I'm just going to sneak a peek here. Never crossed the line. You're live? Yep, we are live.
Yep.
Okay. So let me see if I can let me wait. Okay. So, how do I So I want to bring up
Only shows me the latest from UploadVR. I don't know why that's not letting me actually search our more than just one video here. I don't know.
yeah. Giving it a whirl as well, trying to let's see. Do you hear all of the little beep beep beeps
Yeah.
from the keyboard?
Good point. Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay. Hey, look at that. I can see us. And here's the chat. Hold on. Oh, cool. Wasn't sure if you guys were done for the year. Can hear the beeps too. Hey, cool. Look at that. I can actually see the chat now. So I'm just going to move that down there and close that. Hey, neato. All right. Hey, Ian, how many people do you think are actually doing this right now as we speak?
Like
fishing, just like we are.
Like literally real VR fishing, US West DLC, or just real VR fishing on for Christmas.
Yeah, right.
I think it's a lot. Did you see the Gorilla Tag devs and their concurrent numbers that they were saying they saw? Like 23,000 concurrent players, I think, in Gorilla Tag over this holiday.
That's ridiculous.
Was what that tweet said. That was nuts.
I mean, is that going to be the big game that everybody gets into right away. I mean, I would have thought, like we haven't seen any numbers for like Beat Saber. We haven't seen any numbers for, I think Loco Dojo said that they had some big numbers. Whoa. Sorry, just going to pull in this little whale here while I'm talking. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't really seen a whole lot of numbers. Oh, look at that thing. Wow. That is a keeper right there.
So how did you? Yeah,
So funny.
I can't bring up the comments. You'll have to relay what people are saying.
Oh, it looks like you caught yourself a crappie as well. Nice. Like, I have been crappie fishing in real life, and I would gladly do this all day long. And plus, they're good eats. So, I feel like I should have. Like a little basket here next to me to put the fish in, or a little stringer. So yeah, Gorilla Tag. Opsar says Gorilla Tag isn't even listed on the official store, so that's kind of impressive.
Yeah, it's an App Lab game, and it's free. Which, I mean, so free gets a lot of people in there, obviously, but
it does.
Yeah, still pretty impressive for an unlisted thing to report that kind of figures. And then, of course, all the other charts we've all seen that have no axes over there that we can actually see the absolute sales numbers. But the numbers are pretty impressive right now, aren't they? That like it shows it basically skyrocketing across the board for some of those most popular apps, and I would assume RealVR Fishing is one of them.
Yeah, this DLC, it's brand new. They just came out with this DLC recently. It's nice to see that there are new options for old games that have been around for a while. And we want to be able to see updates because, I mean, for the longest time, you could only fish in, what was it, South Korea?
Yeah. That's where the
in this game.
That's where the developer is based, yeah.
Right. But, Ian and I are both in real life avid fishermen. And it was just a matter of time before we jumped in. Oh, here we go.
Well,
it's just a matter of time before we jump in and catch ourselves some whales. Like, look at this whale.
California roach?
Man.
That's not a fine looking fish, I gotta say.
I mean, I would, what the joke would be that if I was fishing with my dad right now, I'd say, oh, I should use this for bait. Throw this back out, catch something bigger with it. That's funny. I guess since we're in the DLC, I have to re-up.
Yeah, so is that?
I have to.
That's Half Dome, right?
Like, I have no idea. Is it Half Dome or is it Cambria? See what I did there?
Oh man, no.
VR specific joke.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's Half Dome, and I think I've been at the top of that. If that's Half Dome, I have been right there. I have stood.
I'm kind of jealous. I have not seen Yosemite. Of course, now that I'm sitting here, here comes the bear again.
Oh, that's amazing. So good. What a nice
Wouldn't
touch.
that be cool if it like came out and like grabbed my bait?
Yeah, it's
caught a bear.
Yeah, like what's the right level of threat from a bear? Like if you change the difficulty, like could the bear charge you? And I think the game kind of changes if you've got like a firearm with you, just in case a bear should attack. Like
what? No, this isn't pistol whip. This is
fishing. I mean, if there's a bear there, it could charge us, right? I mean,
I guess. Oh, here we go. Cool, another fish coming in. I actually saw another bear over on the other side of you, Ian. There was another bear, so I don't know if they were gonna like fight each other or. Whoa, hey, you got a little fight in you.
It's funny.
What do we got?
I've actually got
another crappie.
I've got some 360 photos, I think, from my last visit to Yosemite. I think I was either using, one of those apps to do wraparound panoramas, and I can't remember if it was supposed to be 3D or just flat pano. But yeah, I remember thinking back on it. Like I remember filming those back when my last time I went to Yosemite, thinking this would be interesting content to look at, like on a Gear VR or an Oculus Go. And it's just this is so much better than anything that was capturable over the last half decade.
Yeah, I find myself playing this and just really getting like truly immersed in the concept of, look, I'm fishing, without it being like I'm not out somewhere. I'm not worried about other people. It's always the right temperature. It's, I was catching fish since I was fishing in Korea. I was catching fish I had never caught before. So, like a yellow perch, I've caught 100 of these things over my lifetime. Uh, I never knew Kyle was a member of the cloth. Oh, does my name say Reverend Kyle up above
It
my head?
does,
That's
yeah.
just my gamer tag at this point now. So yeah. Wow, that's funny. Happy Christmas in between time. Artful, yes. Hi.
Ah,
Oh, that looks like something that. Oh, what do you got? You got something a little nice there. Ah,
ooh,
a trout named Brooke. That's good. That's good.
I'll keep that one. Oh, did I lose my?
Yeah, oh, your bait? No,
Oh,
you're good.
whoa, I have a cricket.
Yeah.
Is that a cricket?
It is a grasshopper,
I just want to look
which
at.
is a good.
I just want to look at it. It keeps like twitching it into the sky. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fishing kind of deep there. I'm gonna fish shallow. I really wish I could throw a lure right now, but because we're in the DLC, there's a new license. Like you have to have a license, and we're only on level 1 because we didn't play the DLC yet, which is fine.
Boy, it's been crazy.
I was wondering if. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I know we haven't had time to do
Yeah.
anything.
Have you escaped COVID in your house so far? It seems like it's everywhere.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we're bunkered down. We have not tried too hard to go out and do anything crazy. We had some of my children come over and visit on Christmas, and with all the proper protocols. And it seems to be okay. I mean, the only problem is that my seasonal allergies, every once in a while I get a little sniffle and my wife looks at me like, what is that? What is that? I'm like, I haven't been anywhere to have caught anything.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too worried about that. Oh, yellow perch. There you go. You ever caught a perch in real life?
No, the only thing I've ever really fished for are like bass, basically. I think I went.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen trout. Those are the ones that jump out of the water, right?
Bass will. Trout, depending on what kind of trout it is, they'll jump, or they'll possibly just come in like a dead weight. Onakazi asks, did the fishing line change from red to white? It did. And the reason it does that is because I am in, I don't know, are you playing on expert mode?
No, I went to easy.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I'm on expert mode. And in expert mode, because you don't actually get the exact, I mean, I'll be honest, the tactile feedback, the haptic feedback on this game is really good. Good enough that I turned it on to expert mode. And so your line gets a little red when your drag is too hard, and you might end up breaking your line. So that's, yeah.
Wait.
Let's see here. They want me to use M80s to fish. No, thank you. In expert mode, you can turn the red line color on and off. Artful, yes. I chose to leave it on. I'm going to see if I can catch that bear. I'm going to catch that bear. Nope. I leave that on because it's just enough. It's just good enough for me. I feel like, yeah. What's the topic of conversation today? Honestly, the topic of conversation today is we are simply talking about the fact that we watched on all the social medias, all the kids crying, opening up presents.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about whether or not this is it. Is this the year for VR? I mean, is that have we finally got to the place where we can say this is truly the year for VR? I don't know if we can or not.
I think every year going forward is the year for VR. The way I wrote about it on Twitter is this is VR's biggest year so far. And
Oh boy. All right. So people are bringing up Nintendo 64.
yeah, that
For those
GIF.
of you who didn't see it, did you see the Palmer Lucky tweet?
No, what did he tweet?
Palmer. So Palmer posted that something along the lines of the fact that it's that the Quest 2 will be bigger and sell more than the Nintendo 64.
Whew.
And then other people are saying, well, that's a dead system.
Well,
So,
I mean,
it's also going to sell more than the Atari 2600.
no, I mean, like over the
You know,
lifetime of the Nintendo 64, how many millions did it sell? And
yeah, I think I saw like 33 million or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of these numbers because I just kind of willy-nilly read that this morning while I was eating my Cheerios.
oh, yeah, well, correct us in the comments if you've seen more data on that, because
Yeah.
that's the phase we're in, where for the last, I think, 5 years, we've had a lot of really, really bad estimates on how big the VR market is. And I think the timing is right for Meta and Mark Zuckerberg and Bosworth at some point in the next maybe, we've been hoping that they would release sales numbers for years now. They've literally have not released their sales numbers, but Sony came out after they achieved some significant milestones and knew they were out in the lead and said, "This is how many PSVR headsets we sold." And I think that's the moment we're in with Quest 2, where Facebook or Meta can come out and say, "This is how many Quest 2s we have in the market." And if you listen to what Bosworth and Zuckerberg are saying, they're pretty clear that Quest 2 is going to be available for sale for a long time. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, this is a platform. I think they found the platform they meant to when they sort of set out to buy Oculus in 2014. And this is, you know, time to hit. The thing about Meta and about Facebook, I still haven't gotten the sense that they feel particularly threatened by anything. Like this almost feels, everything they've done so far to me really feels like um them just getting started. And Mark Zuckerberg has literally told his investors he's going to spend $10 billion annually as a starting point for his investment into VR. And if you add that up, that's him saying that at minimum over the next decade, Meta is going to spend $100 billion to make this experience better.
They so in the comments here, so Obzar said 32.93 million worldwide. So that's the number of sales of the I'm assuming the GameCube. So thank you for that. Guy is saying 10 million. Whoa, hey, I got a decent one here. Guy is saying 10 million is a good estimate in his opinion. I mean, Guy, the developer of Virtual Desktop, he should at least have some idea of what we're dealing with. So let's just assume that that's a good. Oh, I got a decent one here. Oh yeah, here we go. Small mouth.
Nice.
15.8 inches, 2.6 pounds. Hey, I'll take that.
All right, Kyle, you are the fishing
Nice.
expert. You haven't actually come to the US West DLC, but if you're playing in expert mode, you've put significant hours into this game.
Oh yeah, no, I leveled all the way up. I maxed out. I was waiting for this DLC. Asked the developers nicely for a sneak peek, and they sent it to me, and then I never installed it, and I feel terrible about that.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just a bad time, I mean, it's Christmas.
yeah, I need to personally
Holidays.
apologize to a couple devs out there who I planned to do coverage, and yeah, and COVID hit my house and Christmas hit at the same time, and there's this is the Super Bowl for devs. This is the Super Bowl for us. Christmas week, a lot of sales are going to happen. So, such a bummer to not be able to write some of the articles that I wanted to write about all these updates that have happened.
Yeah, well, at least we found the time to fish together
Yeah.
the day after, 2 days after Christmas. I just want to get here. Artful says in the comments, every social VR game has definitely gotten more squeaky.
Uh,
And I know what you're talking about. Squeaky, meaning that there is a lot of kids jumping in, and we saw a lot of kids opening up not enough live baits. Select a different live bait. Ah, baloney. All right, we'll have to choose a different bait. Now, there's been a lot of kids jumping in, and that's what I would expect to have happen. Is okay, go away notification. There you go. Yeah, a lot of kids because they opened it because they saw all the YouTubers, like us, using the quests for the last year or so, and they want to get in on this and they want to play the games. And I think it's important that we realize that, while officially it is 13 and older, that's going to be difficult to moderate. And if you look at what Facebook has with Horizon, and man, there's going to be a lot of squeakers. And is that the new buzzword? Is squeakers? Is that an acceptable, or is that a pejorative term and we shouldn't use that to represent children? I don't know. I'm asking the question. I don't know.
yeah, I don't think they should be in. Yeah, I don't think under 18 voice chat should be the norm, right? Like, I think that
Yeah.
that should be a pretty strong wall of protection for minors and for the platforms themselves, and like just for the benefit of all the adults using these platforms. We don't really want to hear that kind of immaturity while like trying to play a cooperative game. Like
Well,
I get competitive. I get fighting to the death in
yeah.
a multiplayer match, but there's also team play and just people ready to become trolls right in your ear at the drop of a hat. And you've got mute features in most of those apps and report buttons as well. But this is a major test of kind of where Facebook is going to land on the moderation of its platform, and um, there's plenty of platforms
I'm
out
going to be
there.
really honest here. I don't think it's a maturity thing because I have played multiplayer games with adults that
Yeah.
I don't think, are squeakers in their own way. So I don't know about that. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But there is definitely going to be this large group of people, kids, younger folks. I mean, a lot of people are just now learning and discovering VR. So there's a lot of people who are not going to have that veteran level experience where they're like, oh, I get what's going on here. No, they're going to ask stupid questions or what we deem to be stupid
Well,
questions. Like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I mean, we have to be sympathetic to that they are new
yeah, so
to
I
it.
mean, so to be clear to the people who are talking about that, I mean, I'm not. So on Christmas, was it 2 days before Christmas? I'm in quarantine because of COVID, and um, we have to cancel Christmas Eve dinner with Grandma. And
Yeah, that
I
sucks.
have to kind of alert Grandma, like, no, we can't really do that, and we'll do a FaceTime call instead. But conveniently, I had a Quest 2 sitting on a dock, charged up, already ready to go at her house. The only problem was I hadn't taken the hour it took to really teach her how to use it. So she's sitting there with a Quest 2 at her place, and a brand new piece of technology to her that she's never used, a platform she's never used before, and she's gonna learn how to use this on her own. And like, I think the first thing she had an issue with was, I think I did send her a lens protector. Uh, it's
She had it on still.
so that's issue number
Poor
one,
grandma.
right, from Grandma. And over the course of an hour and a half, and I'll tell you, for anyone out there that's watching this who has iPhones, you can actually pull this off. Uh, the new Share Play functionality on iOS.
Mm-hmm.
I had Grandma pull up a FaceTime call and then share her iPhone screen with me and then go into the Oculus app, and then like start casting her view. And if she is doing that, you can actually see her, her view in VR a little bit.
Right,
But
right.
like I was, what do you see in VR? Okay, now you've got to do confirm Guardian, and step by step, one after another, I sent her a gift code for Walkabout Mini Golf to get her into Walkabout Mini
Hmm.
Golf, and had to tell her where in the app to go and paste it, and that's what I was able to do over SharePlay. That was like the key thing I was able to help Grandma with. Was here's the code, go to your email, not that email app, Grandma, another email app, and then copy and paste the code, tap and hold your finger, go paste it in this spot in the app, and finally she's in Walkabout Mini Golf. Right now, I've got to show her where to enter the name of the room. Now she's in Walkabout Mini Golf, and I have to show her what the teleport button does, what the trigger button does. It's step after step after step, but we did it. We finally did it. We had like a few holes of mini golf, and by the time of actually remotely doing that, her back hurt, and she wanted to sit down, and we haven't gone back yet. But like that's where we are here at the end of 2021. Is you can actually reasonably remote guide a family member into a VR experience.
Oh, nice,
Wow,
dude.
yeah.
Look at that. What'd you catch that on? See, now it sounds like a real fishing trip. Yeah.
Tench. It's called a tench. I don't know. I've been using the same. I wanted your advice or
What are
help.
you using?
Yeah, I need your help. I'm tired of
Oh,
this
okay. Well,
this bait situation
the
I'm
dough
doing.
ball. Yeah. So, let's see what you got here. Yeah, use here. You can see mine. I got a crawdad, or no, it's like a shrimp. I think I'm using a shrimp. So, for those of you just joining us right now here, we are in Real VR Fishing. This is the new US West DLC. And so Ian and I just both purchased this. We're both avid fishermen, and we're really enjoying having a conversation about Quest and its impact on society in general, as all the kids opened VR headsets during Christmas and in Boxing Day as well, or Kwanzaa, or whatever, non-denominational holiday, Festivus, I guess. Yeah, is it authentic? So a few people have asked some questions about the game itself. So is the background 3D, or does it just look like a 360 pano type of situation? I'm going to tell you right now, there are definitely layers to this in a way that I believe this to be actually the outer layer is 360, a 360 image of Yosemite,
I'd say that's one
and
layer,
then
right? The whole
yeah,
rock
right,
wall.
the right, and then I would say the trees are a stereo. I mean, if I had to guess, the trees are a stereo 360 as well. That's closer to
I
you.
feel like there's
And then I
multiple
think,
layers amongst the trees. There's a lot of
yeah,
depth to the trees
there's
too. That's probably
there
where the
is
magic
definitely that.
is.
But if it's a stereo 3D capture, then that would work. And then the mountains obviously are a separate one. I think this is a 360 inside a 360, a stereo 360 inside of a stereo 360, and then the ground in the bank that we're standing on in the water. This is all modeled, so it's definitely three different layers, at least three.
And the
And you
water.
might be right. There might be more. Yeah. And the water is, I mean, I am so impressed with the graphics of this game. If you're even close to liking fishing or just being out in nature. Oh, plus the audio out here. I mean, there's birds flying, there's bears walking along on the other bank. We've seen more than one bear walk along. It's been fantastic. Pretty excited about it. It's basically a 360 photo with a 3D water. I'm sorry, no, I think it's more than that. I think it's way more
All
than
right, I
that.
just unlocked stage 2, so let's get some progression in here.
Okay.
Let's get on to.
What stage am I on? I'm on 5. You have to release to get leveled up. So I'm on level 5. Oh, hey, night fishing. Ooh. Holy smokes.
Oh,
Wow. Ian, we should have a fire back here. And then we could eat what we catch. We could do a shore lunch. Fabzer is saying it's photogrammetry, 3D modeled trees mixed with cards and a 360 background. Yeah, maybe. I'm well, and, you know, if the night crappie fishing. Gosh, I haven't done this in a minute. All right, let's see here. This looks like the old fishing hole from back when I was a young lad back in the Midwest.
is that a waterfall over there, over that horizon?
Uh,
Is that just a
don't
really long
think
lake, really
so.
deep? Is that I can't see the other side of that lake? Is that what we're? I didn't see what the location was.
Oh, we're lagging. Ian, I think we're our stream is lagging.
All right, give me a second to try to repair that.
We're not on.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's back. Looks like we're back. We're just lagging to death and back.
Unlike,
So I don't know what's going on.
maybe it's like, like if tell us if the audio sounds clear or if we're just like several minutes behind on responding to your questions.
Yeah, it does say. I don't know. Did you ever get a chance to pull up the chat?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of like, I'm the cameraman, so I feel like if I spend a good 5 minutes trying to fix the chat, people are going to get annoyed watching.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
But as long as the audio is kind of crisp.
Man, I wish I had a lure. How do I get a lure? I got to get a lure in here. This is killing me. Lure fishing. You're missing the following tackles. Please buy them from the store. Well, I will.
Come on, fishy.
Okay.
I got you. What? Looked a lot bigger in the water.
There we go. There we go. Tackle. Water type doesn't match. Select the freshwater rod. Okay, I'm in the wrong rod. There we go. Let's do some lure fishing. I'm gonna catch something big, dude. Anyway, yeah. So what were we saying?
Yeah, the commenters, what are they saying? Is it
So let's see here. Long Lake. See if you can make out Lonely Mountain. Where is Lonely Mountain? I don't know. Is that a reference to something I'm missing?
yeah, I don't know. Someone else will. Oops.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Behind and clear. Okay, so we have a lag, but it's clear.
Yeah, okay. So it's behind. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Oh, what'd I catch? A crappie. After changing all that, I still just got a crappie. Let's see here. I reloaded and it's fine. Smoother now. Audio is cleared up. So I enjoy the outdoors when mosquitoes become extinct. Valdark, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at Lake Tahoe, Kyle.
Yeah.
It says we're at Lake Tahoe.
Oh, we're at Tahoe. Oh, I feel rich.
Yeah, I think isn't Tahoe where they're going to do Sundance? That's where they do Sundance every year.
I don't know. I just know that my in-laws like to brag that they go there sometimes. Ooh, trout named Brooke. I like it. VR fishing as boring in VR as real life. Just kidding. I love this game. People do different things. Meditation. This should actually be listed as a meditation game, in my opinion. You know what I mean, Ian?
Yeah, I've got I'm sure someone out there is doing the tracking on just their heart rate, right? That would be a really easy demonstration of like you have a really anxious day, got a lot of anxiety. Put on the headset for 10 minutes, forget what was causing you pain, and check your heart rate after. I bet that would follow.
Yeah, this is. James is asking, how much of simulator is this, or is it more of a game? Why not both? It really truly is both, in my opinion.
What's
Oh,
that? What's going on out
we got
there?
a fighter here. I got a fighter going on here. Yeah, no, this is fun, and I'll be honest with you, this is the best. I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the best simulation of a real of thing that I like to do.
Hmm.
Like I like to do this. Look at this sucker.
Oh. Dude, how many jokes do you have for the different fish names? Like all the dad jokes you've got, apparently you've got these all prepped.
Oh, dude, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know.
I mean, you've got to get yourself
fishing jokes.
You've got to get yourself through 8 hours on the lake, right?
Yeah. Especially when you're not catching anything. Yeah, if my dad's watching, he'll know what I'm talking about. Especially in Canada. You know, you go out a day on the boat, spend all day out there. You don't catch anything, but a few mosquitoes bite you, and maybe a little bit of a sunburn. Then you go home and eat fish sticks.
Ooh, is that a catfish?
Ah, no, it's a sucker.
All right, let's move on to level 3 here.
Oh,
All right. Maroon Lake, Colorado.
uh-oh. Oh, we leveled up. Okay.
Oh.
Sega Bass Fishing, eat your heart out. You know, I never played that. Where are we now? Holy moly.
Colorado.
Oh, look at the bird up there. Ooh. Wow. You can hear them. You know, I don't remember which lake I was at, but there was a crane or an egret or something over here on the bank, and it just got up and flew away. And I was like, "Wow, that is really really good."
Yeah, that point.
But yeah, I mean that's just
Kyle, you know what? I love that. Like that points out something with Walkabout Mini Golf that I love. That like first you create this serene like location and this place that people just want to take a deep breath in. And then you start layering on little things that just bring life to this location. And like, yeah, you're just describing how great real VR fishing is at that. Walkabout Mini Golf is so good at that same thing. I think they're getting better, but like being able to search for the missing balls over in that world gives you such a good reason to like do more than just the core activity.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of value, I think, to these types of games, and especially for I have yet to see a sport game that has really like you're mentioning the golf one, and I'm not a golfer. I'm a fisherman, which is why I keep pulling in these big giant 7.8-inch crappies. I love it. I mean, but where's the baseball? Where's the football? Where's the basketball? Where it's a true simulation. I mean, I would say, like my end of year review. What's your favorite game this year? We're in it.
Yeah.
This is definitely my favorite VR game.
And Walkabout is, I think,
currently.
Walkabout is mine, but I can totally get this one too. Like it's a 50, it's close, and then 11 table tennis. Those are my my 3 like go to. You want to see the power of VR? You go to those.
Yes. Well, so let's see, what part of Canada? Yeah, it was north of Toronto. I can't remember the name of the lake we were at, but yeah, we drove through Toronto to get there. It was great. Had a lot of fun up there. Spent a week fishing with the family. It's good.
Yeah, Kyle.
Very peaceful.
You ever been to Minnesota or the Land of a Thousand Lakes? I think that's what it's called.
I have not. I've bought Land O'Lakes butter, but that's not the same thing. Stream just stopped back. Oh, okay, it's back. It looks like it's back. Oh, no, it says no. Oh, I think our stream died, dude.
All right, let me look at the PC. I still see it say streaming. Oh, wait, I always see on Google, I see it dead. Someone else said, okay, just had to refresh.
Oh, okay. It's back, I guess. Yeah, I think we're back. Okay. All right. It's back. F5 and it's back. This stream has a Bob Ross vibe to it, and that's a good thing. Whoa. Okay.
Nice, I'll take it.
Hey, look over here. There's a happy little tree, and we'll see what we're pulling in here.
You know what stream this? So like I feel like we're kind of over a threshold, Kyle, like where we can just use VR to do some pretty cool activities. Like one of the ones that I saw on Twitter, there was a Twitter profile, and they were planning to host a golf tournament in VR. And like, boy, that makes a lot of sense. I think you can kind of host those kinds of events with the right kind of planning. And I don't know, just you want to go fishing in VR, we can go do that so easily now.
Should we have a UploadVR fishing tournament?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, yeah, I think there's enough interest in that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't want to take away from that person's idea. Yeah, I want to.
Oh snap!
Oh,
I just lost one. Whoa, man! Oh, I got to go get that fish. I can't have that go away. I'll cast there all day until I catch that thing now.
So what does the red, green, and yellow mean, Kyle?
So red means your line there's tension.
No,
Blue means
among the fish. I'm on easy mode, and my fish are highlighted.
Oh, green. Okay. So the green fish are ones that will bite that bait or whatever you're using. Yellow means they might if it gets close enough and you jam it up their nose. And then red means they don't want to have anything to do with you. Well, let's do a deep diving little rattle trap there. It does help to know what the different lures do. So you can catch, like I can't see my fish. So I just have to rely on, my intuition, which is why it's a little bit more fun on expert mode.
Oh, goodness. I have a lot of money, Kyle.
You have a lot of money because you keep saving them. You need to release them so you can level up faster.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. I need to.
Let's see. Soda on VR. Hi. Okay. Hello.
So, Kyle, what bait should I get for this? What lures? Sorry.
So, what a lure? A spinner's good. Watch this. Here this is like a rooster tail. Kind of course, I'd love to get a topwater. Oh, yeah. See, there you go. Go for that spinner. Which is what you got on there right now, it looks like. Whoa,
Spinners,
cool.
A spoon or spinner? Oh, there we go. Okay.
A spoon? I don't know if a spoon would work here or not. I mean, it just depends on how you fish it. Maybe. You could try a spoon.
No,
What the heck am I pulling in here? A green sunfish. All right, so that's like a bluegill. Oh, I just leveled up to stage 6. That's good. Let's see what else will work. Well, the worm. You could always do the worm wacky style like this and just kind of bounce it along the bottom. See if you can catch something big at the bottom of the lake. Yeah. So we were talking about VR, weren't we?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Let's see what the chat's saying here. UploadVR. Think realistic enough VR hunting in VR might reduce the amount of actual hunters, increase in animal population, etc. Kind of side effects. There was always hunting games. I remember the very first hunting game that I ever played. It was called Oregon Trail. It's it's amazing what you can catch or hunt for. I don't know. There have been some real hunting apps in the day, and I'm not a hunter. I'm a fisherman, and unless I'm eating it, it's catch and release. So I'm very humane about it, I guess, if you want to look at it like that.
No bass on your walls?
No. I don't have fish taxidermized all over my walls. Biggest thing I ever caught was a 40-pound catfish, and I was happy to put it back in the water. I fought that thing for 45 minutes. And actually, every time I tell this story, the time that I fought it gets longer and
Yep.
longer.
It's long.
Yeah. And I was happy to put it back. Thank you for the experience. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Fish. And thank you. I'll put you back in the water, and then somebody else can catch it again someday. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think I like that comment about the hunting because I think that goes to the core of the fear people have over this technology and a question of whether it will actually improve the reality of some experiences. So I tried to go fishing with my son, and you gotta figure out a way to make patience.
Yes.
Make it fun, waiting 45 minutes between catches, and or even nibbles in some cases. And that's not this experience here, right? We've got 30 seconds or 45 seconds between nibbles. And that's kind of the same thing with Walkabout Mini Golf, right? You can instantly teleport to the next hole, and in 11 table tennis, you can instantly get a new sparring partner, to play against on the other side of the table. And so all that wasted time, it's like cinematic living.
Yeah, it does. It eliminates. If you ever watch fishing on television, first of all, I'm sorry that you're watching fishing somebody else fish on television. I mean, I don't know. There's a whole comedian does a joke about that, but I love to fish, and yes, there is a lot of downtime in between. And I've got 4 daughters, and all 4 of them fish with me, and we go together and we go fishing, and it's beautiful, and we have a lot of fun. But there is that level of, well, geez, we really didn't do anything except enjoy the environment, the time together, having a conversation.
What kind of bobber do I
So you
need?
really do have to know how to do it. So if you're gonna do a bobber, I'd probably do a stick bobber myself. But I mean, that's your. I'll switch back to float fishing as well.
Is there a way to adjust the distance between the bobber and the
Yes, up and down on your thumbstick.
Ah, okay, that's key.
So if you want it to go down, you push down. If you want to,
Let's see.
there
There we go. Okay, so that was my stupid mistake this whole time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And you know what? Bigger fish will be down deeper. I'm going to go way deep there. Let's see what we can catch. But yeah, I mean, there's just something to be said for, I've fished rivers and lakes and ponds and streams. And you catch different types of fish. And I don't keep track of all the different varieties, but the idea that this game already has a DLC where you can fish in a completely different spot. I've caught fish in this game that it would be physically impossible for me to go catch right now. I'm not going to go to South Korea anytime soon, so I don't. Oh, broke the line. Oh, well, hey, that's the challenge with expert mode. But yeah, I've done some things in this game that I would love to do in real life, but I don't think I ever will. And I've always wanted to, I like to fish for catfish. I'd love to go and catch one of those big Mekong cats, those catfish that are huge, that they're like bigger than me. And that's huge. So I would love to be, oh, look at that. Across the line.
Are those fish in
catch
this?
Your fish. No, or at least not yet. Hey, who knows? Maybe that'll be a DLC at some point. Big time catfishing. I would totally download that in a heartbeat. Hell, I'd pay. I'd buy that for $1.
No. Oh,
yes.
Man.
Yes.
All right, almost to level 4 here. Now that I figure out how to adjust the line distance.
So this Robert Quinones, hey, I still have trouble figuring out what to recommend to my brother-in-law. He plays Skyrim and RPGs, and then he gets the Quest 2 gift. And I'm clueless all of a sudden. Right, because what do you get somebody who needs to understand that this is a new medium and the same game isn't going to feel the same? You need to give them something fun and exciting. Demio?
Yeah,
Would that be a
Demio.
yeah?
Yeah, Demio. I think
Um,
that's our recommendation for, game of
yeah,
that's the best game that you
yeah,
can get together with friends and get into that sort of deep role-playing experience. But it's not, it's
right.
funny, like you went into a headset for the first person and we're recommending the third person, uh, experience, which it's fine. It's an amazing experience. It's just could be quite a lot different than whatever they're into.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what other like RPG type of games?
Yeah, I hate that RPG has such like it's such a different term when you're embodying every character, right? Like,
Right, right. You're not role playing. Well, I mean, you're role playing like in a completely like real RPGs on a screen weren't really role playing. VR is really role playing.
yeah. I'll,
It's completely different.
yeah, I'll be really curious to see what happens in kind of like when you think of role playing, some of the things that kind of fit the role playing genre are what Dr. Crumb's Adventure for Disobedient Pets Adventure Lab is the name of the company, and they're doing like escape rooms where you have to buy tickets for 4 tickets to an experience, and there's a live actor guiding you through this escape room, and that's role playing of
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
liter it's literally role playing, yeah, because you're embarking in this universe and trying to escape a room.
It really does. I mean, we don't say it enough, but I really do feel like VR is a different medium than a screen. It's just a completely different medium. And so when you experience a game, like somebody mentioned
Like,
Skyrim VR in the chat, it feels different when you play it in a headset.
go into Rec Room, free game. Go to the quests in Rec Room. Find a couple
Hmm.
friends who are on a phone or any device, literally any device, because Rec Room is on every device, and role play through a quest. Like,
Yeah,
it's going to be a
yeah.
low poly experience, but it's if that's the kind of like I don't know, alternate reality, dawning a different personality and playing through something, that's an easy way to do that with friends. And obviously, there's VR chat too, but I hate to recommend VR chat. Um,
Oh,
ch
I don't. I
yeah.
don't hate to recommend VR chat ever. I love VR chat. I mean,
No, I
I
recommend it for adults, is what I'm getting at. And
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, we're not. How many kids are watching this right now?
well,
I mean, it's old men fishing, talking.
well, I mean, it's funny you frame it that way, but Kyle, like I've been trying to write an editorial trying to frame where we are and things, and like Meta is such an unusual company because it's the only one run of all these tech behemoths by a single person, Mark Zuckerberg. And so he has control over this organization that others don't. And he's only 37 years old, I think. So he
Oh wow, really?
yeah,
I never even paid attention to how old Mark Zuckerberg is.
yeah, and I went back into it and I was looking at like the history of computing, Kyle, and thinking like I'm 36, right? He's the richest person on the world, and I'm like a year younger than him. What am I doing wrong with my life, right? Um,
Well, you're working for me. Uh,
so, but
oh baby.
what's convenient about that age similarity is it allows me to compare like the way computing had a role in my life to the way it's having a role in his life. And when I was born, I had an Apple computer in my house in this big beige box, like this weird looking box that I could watch my brother play Police Quest on. Um,
Ah, classic.
and like by the time the 90s came around, like I knew what a modem was and I knew what taking the game online was. I eventually got AOL and like thinking of this kind of like evolution over that long span of time of that individual's lifetime, right? Uh, he started Facebook in 2004, And, that's still probably before a lot of the people who were born who got quests on Christmas morning. And you have to,
Oh, right.
yeah,
Obviously.
you have to think about like wh what audience does Mark Zuckerberg want to reach in the next decade? And it's like people who were born in this century, not people who were born in our century. And they're going to be watching YouTube videos. All those people are going to be looking for YouTube videos to, ask mom and dad to buy that game for them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're first of all, everything you just said made me feel really old. So thank you, Ian. I used to joke. I'm not really. Oh man, I'll catch
Whoa,
these
look at
guys all
that.
day. Hell yeah, that's pretty. Here, let me spin it around for you. Did you know you could do this?
Oh, look at that. And it's so shiny. That's
The
amazing.
graphics on this game are really amazing. No, so all right. 9-inch Colas says Bill Gates was 14 when he founded Tesla. I,
Okay. All
I,
right. I
I,
like that. Did you see the quote from Keanu Reeves supposedly where like, I'm at this stage of my life where, someone says 1 + 1 = 5. I'm like, whatever. Good on you. Sure it does. Let's move on with our day. Yeah. I don't know.
that's not good though.
No, it isn't. It's okay for Keanu
If you don't,
Reeves.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I used to think, oh man, I grew up reading about Bill Gates starting Microsoft and the whole Pirates of Silicon Valley concept of Gates and Jobs and all that stuff. And I used to think, man, I was born too late. I missed out on all this fun stuff. But now I'm like, no, no, I'm actually the old man in the industry. I feel like one of the old men in the industry. I'm 42, so you'd think I'd have the answer to everything, but I don't. And I do. I just feel old. And being able to see the dawn, the dawn of VR. I mean,
Consumer
the
VR, yeah.
rise of VR, the war for the battle of VR. I mean, I don't know. All the apes and gorillas and stuff. I mean, it has been kind of neat to watch all of it happen. And I used to do, obviously, those of you who know, who Reverend Kyle was, may he rest in peace. He used to have a podcast, and he would talk about this every year here for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. This is the year that VR is going to be a big thing. This is going to be the year, and it never was. And now, is it safe to say that this was the year for VR?
So
I mean, are we? Is it?
yeah, so Kyle, I mean,
I don't
like
know.
you've done that too. Like we've all done it, and like, all right. So my first big story on VR was like I wrote several stories on VR over like 2011 to 2012 in various ways. Disney had a virtual reality lab in order for them to visualize what Disneyland parks would look like before actually building like Cars Land. I remember I went and tried this like bowler hat VR room, and there was like a hat that had the tracking markers on it, and that it was VR. It was effectively VR. It was very bad VR, but you could still like put 6 chairs in the middle of the room and have a pretty good 3D effect. Lean your head around, and it would still like track your movement and provide a positional experience. And so like I've tried things like that, and there was a couple companies that covered like Eon Reality. That was a company that was early days of VR. And then Oculus popped up, right? And I
Yeah.
remember reaching out to USC and Stanford and trying to find the researchers, the VR researchers who had been at this for 15, 20 years already, and find out whether this Oculus team was the real deal, if they had actually cracked the code for consumer VR. And the answer I essentially got was they've all the pieces were already in place for uh, immersive experiences prior to Oculus. There was the Kinect that could provide some of those sort of body tracked immersive experiences, and then it's taken from that, from the 2012 initial like, yeah, they've got it, to now for it to be really consumer friendly. Uh, and I remember in that first story where I went and talked to those experts, I think it was Stanford VR, Jeremy Bailenson over there, who's written a couple books about VR. And honestly, if you're looking to get into like the VR industry or learn how to explain VR to new people for the first time, those books are pretty good starting points. Experience on Demand was the one I think that came out right when I kind of went full time into VR reporting, and yeah, if you want to get a good sense of the long term potential of this technology, you got to dig into a couple books like those. And bottom line is, 2012, I remember Bailenson telling me, I think it was Bailenson. If it wasn't Bailenson, it was Mark Bolas, saying every year some VR researcher says this is the year of VR, and it's been that way for decades already. And that was
Yeah.
2012.
Well, I mean, so I remember, well, let's see, was it OC1, OC2? Let's see. It was actually, it was probably OC3. I don't know. Anyway, there was a bunch of old 90s VR like guys, old ones, like the ones that were part of like VPL and virtuality and all this stuff from the 90s that tried really hard. I mean, it was consumer level. It was consumer ready, but it was so low fidelity, and it just what was considered to be like the standards, what we consider to be good VR back then, people didn't understand what it was. It's like, oh, 15 frames per second stereo is amazing. We're talking about like Dactyl Nightmare and stuff like that. Yeah, the standards are so much higher now. I mean, look at how many people say all the time now, oh, well, VR, all the games look like stupid mobile apps.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, right, because we're at a point where we're literally rendering the same game twice. And it's not even like it's different.
But
It's over
well,
a few
I
millimeters.
hate that
It's
too because this doesn't look like a PlayStation 2 game. That's that's
no,
a
no, it does
failure
not.
of comparison, a failure of imagination. Like, this is a developer who has looked at the platform from the ground up and put all of the detail exactly where you need it to be to have the
Hmm.
most immersive experience possible. And that's,
Here, I'll give you an
yeah.
example. See this? See this lure? You know what this is? It's a pop R. Okay. And I have used these in real life, and they are amazing lures. Now, watch how this works. I was so impressed with this when I first threw this out for the first time. It's a topwater lure. And what you do is you jerk it, and it makes a little blue, 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 blue.
I turn.
And I have caught some of the biggest fish in my life on a lure just like this, both in real life and in this game.
Oh wow.
I'm going to cast it way out and see if I can. I think I actually have a better version of it too.
Yeah, I turned the audio effects down on my system so that it didn't interrupt with
Oh,
the
did you?
audio
Okay.
experience too much of the listeners. Yeah, so
Come on.
like I'm kind of
There we
tired of
go.
the this is the year of VR because like it's really just unless there's some kind of like I've mentioned this for a couple of years, some kind of medical or security research done that scares people off of VR as a platform in a significant way, then it's all like bigger numbers every year from here on out. It's if it's 10 million this year, we could be at 20, 30, 40 in the coming years, and that's really the kind of path we're on now.
So what you're saying is that this isn't even a question that needs to be answered anymore. Is this the year of VR? We don't care. No, it's not the year of cinnamon rolls either. Nobody cares. Like, it's not a year of anything. It just is. It just exists. Is this the year of Xbox?
No, you know what? You know what it is?
Is this the year of the Switch?
No,
they don't say that.
No, here's the question, Kyle, going back to like some of this situation, like the comparisons to Nintendo 64. Did these kids just get a new game console or their first personal computer?
So now you're talking about the blurred lines between, is it a computer? Is it a console? Is it a this? Is it a that? I mean, realistically, you could say that any computer prior to the Pentium 90 processor, any of the 46, they didn't have math coprocessors, and GPUs weren't really a big thing quite yet. So was there such a thing as a gaming computer when I was in high school? Well, the answer is yes, just that the games were text-based. Logging onto bulletin boards and playing MUDs and things like that. Legend of the Red Dragon. Did anybody play that back in the day? There's got to be somebody old in the chat that'll remember that game. But, you'd log in, you get half an hour on a local bulletin board. And I was gaming, and I was thrilled to death to be able to do it. But no GPU, no math coprocessor. Was I actually gaming in the sense that a computer game? And then at the same time, I had an Atari 2600. Never had a Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo. If you look at you can emulate these consoles and all of these old games on your phone nowadays. So how do you compare these things? I don't know. I always get confused. And the lines get blurred.
Well, it goes back to that thing of like, who is Mark Zuckerberg building this for? And it's not, it's everyone at the end of the day, right? Like, that's at the end of the day. But he's got to win a few markets first, and we've seen that in the history of sort of what Facebook has done over the last 15 years, and it's appealing to a certain demographic that kind of forces everyone else to get on board too. But that said, they bought Supernatural and they're investing big into VR fitness, and there's plenty of people who just on Christmas Day there probably avoided every game and just went and got a utility app or an exercise app.
Ian, I just want you to look over here really quickly and anticipate my jokes so that way I don't have to say them. Because this fish is called a devil's hole pup fish, and it is literally the smallest fish I think you could possibly catch.
Wait, turn your hand. It's like I can't see. It's overlaid with the fish. Like the fish and the hand are occupying the same space.
Yeah, I'm only one hand fishing. I'm not two-hand fishing.
Oh, really?
So
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're too lazy to use two hands?
Anyway.
I mean, you do.
No, I found
I
found that this works better. I just feel like this works better. All right. I've been neglecting the chat. I apologize. So let me release this, and I'm going to put there we go. All right. So what do we have in chat here? Finally, this is the year Mandrake is the desktop of choice for grandma. That's right. It is the year of Linux. Woohoo. Let's see. I had to buy my first GPU for Half-Life 2 and Doom 3. I think I bought my Voodoo Banshee video card for, was it Doom? Might have been. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, VRA of Minneapolis, putting a corded phone into an audio-based modem to connect to Prodigy, LOL. Yeah. Yes, there you go. You understand. Yeah.
All right, let's go to, wait.
You want to go to the next? Yeah, let's do it.
Marine, was this Maroon Lake? Yeah, okay.
Is this Maroon 5?
We actually have two places to go to, I guess.
Is that a phone booth? Okay. Oh, hey, we're in a boat. Hey, Ian,
Look.
you're in a boat.
Look at the clouds over here.
I'm in a boat. Whoa.
It's rolling in like the mist. Like there's a
Oh, wait a minute. I saw this movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a crazy religion formed in about 15 minutes, and like, yeah, we're
Right. And we're just in a boat waiting for. Are zombies gonna come jumping out of the water and grabbing us?
yeah. I think we'll have like
Wow.
head crabs. I think head crabs are coming in the mist,
Yes.
right?
Is that yeah?
And then
yeah.
giant like Lovecraftian characters. So yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna go and switch lures so I can go catch Cthulhu while we're out here. Is this? Yeah. Now, see, they should have gorillas in the mist.
No.
Anybody see that movie? I'm gonna fish over this way. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. It's a good movie. Anyway, yeah, what were we talking about? Okay, so waterfalls. They're not waterfalls. That's cascading fog, mist coming down from the mountains. Where are we exactly?
This one was. Hold on. Fish
Yeah, I know, you can't
decided
do it
to.
while you're. Oh, here I'll reel in while you catch that bad boy. All right, so we are at where are we? We are. Oh, it actually won't let me decide. You're in charge, Ian.
But it doesn't say like where our current location is for you.
No.
All right, let me look here.
Yeah.
It is.
Obzar, I know that's my observation too. Two dudes fishing in separate boats 10 feet apart because they're good friends. This is how you fish. This is how you fish in fishing in the time of coronavirus.
Yeah, fair. We've got
This is how you fish.
Yeah, this is
We're
socially
social
distanced.
distancing.
Yeah.
We're social fishing.
This isn't toxic
Social
masculinity distance.
distancing.
This is
Not at all.
COVID
No.
distance.
Yes.
All right, so we are
This
at Lake San Cristobal, Colorado. And I've actually unlocked the next one if you want to go to it. We've got Idaho.
Oh, I get it. That's not fog. We're in Colorado, right?
What is
that marijuana smoke?
Oh my gosh, that's
is there a
fair.
college on the
Yeah.
other side of that?
That's fantastic. Nice.
Yeah, it's purple haze. I get
I'll
it.
give you
Okay.
I'll give you a 10 out of 10 on that dad joke.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't caught anything at this, so I feel like an obligation to catch something first.
All right.
So let me catch something, and then we'll and then we'll go to the next one. Yeah. Boat Back Mountain. Oh, is that a
No, that's not nice.
Oh man. So I got a lot of personal messages, Ian. About that last time it was just the two of us. And apparently there's some anime art form where you take two guys and you like put them like hugging each other and stuff. So I didn't share them with you because I didn't want you to be uncomfortable. But
You're telling me someone has made it like art of us like hugging?
well, I'm not going to say that it didn't happen.
Of all the things I needed for Christmas week, or the things I wanted for Christmas,
Yes.
yeah, that was
That
not
wasn't
one
on
of
the
them.
list,
No,
huh?
yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Well. Oh, let's see here.
Was it like our
Separate
physical avatars hugging, or were like based on our Oculus 1.0 avatars?
Luckily, it was our avatars.
Okay.
So
We escaped.
that
We
was
escaped.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Valdarg says VR avatar rule 34. Yes. Yes. These streams get to this awkward moment every week. Personal space, Kyle. Yes. Metric F ton of games dropped this year. Local Echo.
Well,
Lone Echo.
like Kyle, if you want to get really
Lone Echo
uncomfortable,
2 is okay.
Kyle, have you seen like
Yeah.
we could get genuinely really uncomfortable if we go down to the like aquarium and like go take a spot on the bed in the aquarium and just like have our chat down there. That's where like it gets a little bit too close for comfort.
I mean, if you do that, I might turn on my left hand just for that. So that way I have both hands available. So let's switch over. You want to? Yeah, because we're both in separate boats here. I'm feeling a little lonely. Uh, wasn't that in the movie Brokeback Mountain? Wasn't that what the guys were telling their women that they were going fishing together, and then they go up into the mountains? Isn't that what they were
You
doing?
know, that might be the plot. I only saw that movie once, maybe. It's been enough years. I could
Oh
watch it
yeah.
again.
You maybe we should go into big screen and watch it together.
So
I can't see your face, but I know.
yeah,
what
I
you're
know,
doing.
right? Like, I mean, everyone watching is like can feel my situation here that you've caused me. Um, so like,
Uh,
how do I pull up my menu? I can't. I'm like locked in here with you. This is my own
B
personal
or
nightmare.
well, yeah,
Uh, I'm only got
yeah.
the camera coming up.
Stuck in
Oh,
a
I have to pull in the line first. I'm an idiot.
yeah. You have to pull in the line. You don't want to take. I'm going to take a picture of you.
Too uncomfortable.
There. I just took a picture of you fishing.
Oh man.
There. I'll share that online. And here's me. Ha ha. There we go. Man, my hair looks
Oh,
awesome.
I was supposed to
Let's
switch
see.
to the next world, and I just recast it out there. I'm too into fishing mode.
I distracted you. Valdarg asks, Upload VR, are either of you worried that the VR zombie shooter games might cause a new violent game scare caused by children playing them regardless? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess.
You know, it's
Oh, wow.
it's really sad to see. Like we've got all those videos of the kids opening their getting the box on Christmas Day, but like over
Yep.
the next 2 months is when those other videos of them running straight into a wall or cracking their TV, that's when people start leaking putting those videos online. And like, I'm more worried about people who aren't prepared to use the Guardian or haven't been properly trained by a family member to respect that Guardian, more than anything else at this point.
But, how do you compensate for that? Like, Facebook is not responsible for somebody. Okay, I remember when Razor scooters came out. And my kids wanted Razor scooters, and I'm like, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." That type of mentality. Like you're gonna fall and hurt yourself. But guess what? Kids apparently are way more coordinated than I am, and so they didn't get hurt, and they're out there doing that. I mean, skateboards,
Baby
rollerblades,
BB guns,
and
yeah,
now
right,
BB guns, yeah, and now we've got you got a nice little lunker there.
yeah.
You're bringing in, nice. Oh, it's just a tench, though. I mean, like, needs to be more variety. But yeah, I think that people are going to run into walls. I mean, my kids, my 11-year-old was playing Rec Room on the top bunk of her bunk
Oh
bed
my
the other day.
gosh, no.
And I walked up and I went, no.
Yeah.
No. I just no. I just ripped the headset off her head and I went, no. But kids are kids. They're going to do that kind of stupid stuff. You just deal with
You ever
it.
seen
You know,
you ever seen Escape from LA?
been a while, but yeah.
Yeah, the opening scene of that movie is like the president's daughter has met a communist revolutionary in whatever their version of VR chat is in Escape from LA, and like now she's decided to like steal the nuclear codes or whatever and destroy the world. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's what happens when you let your
yeah,
kids do too much
that's.
VR.
I mean, yeah. I'm not worried about. Let's see. Artful asks, so Kyle, what would happen after the fall? In quotes. LOL. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Artful also says, best one I saw was the family saying grace at Christmas dinner, and the son is playing his Quest 2 in the hallway. I did not see that one. Oh man.
One of my favorite ads
So yeah.
One of my favorite ads I ever saw from Apple was this kid who it was like a 30-second ad or something where it's the holidays and this kid is just on his phone the entire time with holidays with his family, and just you get this really disgusted opinion of this kid who just doesn't get off their phone during the holidays. And then at the end, he plugs his phone in like to the TV or like switches it up to cast the movie he's actually been working on the entire day on his phone.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do remember that one.
And I think that's kind of like the marketing we're probably in for with, the disconnect. Like they kind of went the opposite way with that Meta did this year with like the two guys living next door to each other and actually being best friends in online games, but actually like a little bit cold to each other in real life.
I love that commercial. I think that's funny. The commercial that I didn't care for was the one where Kyle doesn't get it. Did you see that one?
No.
Yeah, it was like, VR is so stupid or something. And it's like, oh, Kyle doesn't get it. And then they go to the International Space Station, and then one of the astronauts says, yeah, Kyle doesn't get it. And I'm like, why are we ripping on people named Kyle? And I swear that somebody at Facebook went, what would be funny is if we made the person in this commercial Kyle.
Ooh, like,
that we make fun of.
That's kind of like you're the Karen of VR. Like you don't get it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say that. That kind of stuff gets spread around. That Kyle is the Karen of VR. Don't even start that kind of crap. Come on, Ian. Oh, jeez. It's bad enough people always ask me if I want a Monster drink. Hey, Kyle, you need something to drink? I got some Monster in the back. No. I don't even drink energy drinks.
What do we got going on in the comments? I have no idea how many people are watching.
Too late. It's stuck. Oh, shut up. Let's see. Could the Kyle be the Kyle from South Park? Don't be such a Kyle. VR Dynamite just said, "Don't be such a Kyle, Ian."
David's gone. David's gone. It's the first time I brought him up since he, meted.
David Hill.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah. So
okay.
I gotta stand up for the things he stood up for, which is just relentless grilling of everyone around him.
Yeah, there has been less. We've all been getting along a lot better since David's been gone. Ooh. What's that about? David was like the catalyst.
Sowing strife at Meta now.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he's somebody else's problem now. Hi, David. Yeah, say hi to Mark for us. That's terrible. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
It was funny.
Yeah, who knew?
I tried to turn on my headset this morning and it was fully out of power, but the VR power on it had a full charge. And so like it was this weird situation where I just basically needed to unplug the VR power, replug it back in, and then get the headset like 5% battery, and then I was able to plug in the VR power, and now I'm on VR power and wireless, and at like what percentage now? Yeah, I'm at 72% and still charging, going from like
nice.
Dead when I literally plugged this thing in.
Well, I am plugged in now permanently. I went and bought the official Oculus Link cable, and I've yet to plug it into a computer. I'm just using it to keep it constantly charged. Yeah,
it's funny. My mom got an iPad Mini, and she's like, "Can you get me what kind of cord is this?" And she sends me a photo of it, and it's of course a USB-C cord, and like they sent like a 3-foot USB-C cord in the box with the iPad Mini.
Geez.
So I'm like, all right, I got you covered, and I brought her over one of the old, USB 2, the one whatever cord shipped with the original Quest, and so now she's charging.
Oh
her
right,
Quest
yeah, it was
that,
a 2, yeah,
with that nice long cord.
Let's see here. Artful says new meme for 2022 created tonight. Don't be such a Kyle. Don't be such a Heaney. Oh boy. Oh, no. Axel Gundam says we already have the stereotype for Kyle. It's the white boy that punches holes in the wall when he gets angry. Right. But now he punches holes and breaks his controllers, his touch controllers. Let's see. Will Upload be using the updated avatars this year? And are we invited to your Horizons homes when they come?
Hmm.
We've talked a lot about it, and you know, Heaney's got a lot on his plate right now, and so we're not pushing him hard. But at some point, we will upgrade to new avatars when they become available. I know that there's some technological restrictions right now in the way that we do our game or our app, which we are not in currently. We're in RealVR fishing. For those of you who just joined. Um, yeah, I guess we will. And will we be invited to our Horizon homes? Are we going to make a Horizon world? Ian, do you think we should do that?
Yeah, I think we need to get in there and spend a day creating an Horizon. And there's some really enthusiastic people who are sort of like working hand in hand with the Horizon developers to build out advanced mechanics in Horizon. And like basically, if you wanted to be, if you're the right age, which I think they're restricting it to people who are 18 plus who have hooked up their Facebook account, and like if Rec Room isn't your scene, then it makes a lot of sense to go in and mess with those tools in Horizon because I think you could probably get pretty far within like a couple days of really playing with those tools.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that I had thought about like, oh, do we pay somebody to go in if you'd like to work for Upload VR and create us a world in Horizon, because I mean, there's going to be people who are better at it than we are, and they already know how to do it all.
Well,
Maybe we should,
you're describing literally what
you
Meta
know,
is doing to support Horizon, right? Because like they're holding
right?
contests over there in Horizon to build out these mechanics that are then like fed back into the community as tools. So like I don't know. I don't know if we need to pay someone. I think we can go out and build a world pretty easily there. But like I don't know. I guess advanced functionality. If we really wanted to test advanced functionality in Horizon, we might need an expert to show us some of those things.
I guess it just depends on what we wanted to do. I mean, do we want it to just be a room where you come in and say, you can talk to each other now, hello, hello, or do you want it to actually do something?
Well,
Like, what is the value of the Horizon world? Hey, I'll take that. It's like
well, like
looking smooth.
I've talked a little bit about this, where like there's different things we can do. Like I noticed when we went live here, there was an option to make this stream live for only members only. Um, and so there's conceivably a way where if you're a supporter of Upload VR, you could tune into a stream that it's only the paid subscribers and us, and we're having a direct conversation about whatever things you have questions about in VR. But like uh, that's just one possible use case of like the way this broadcast platform works. But another way is like maybe we start a party in Horizon Worlds and you and me are in there 20 minutes before we go live and we're milling
Mm-hmm.
around talking with other VR users and then we just teleport together out of there into our studio and we're live 30 seconds later. Uh,
I don't like the idea of having exclusivity. I want everything to be public. I personally do. What's the value of subscribing if you don't get something special? I don't know. That it would. That's a toughie for me. Let's see in the chat here. Obzar wants to know: do we get paid in NFTs? Yes, we will pay you in NFTs that I design of Ian.
Kyle Coin.
Pictures of Ian that I drew.
Kyle Coin, Dogecoin
Kyle
of
Coin.
2022. The people who don't get
Oh,
VR, they buy
oh,
Kyle Coin.
oh! You know what,
I'm
Ian? You
sorry.
laugh at
I'm
that,
sorry.
but I think that might be a thing. I might be able to make Kyle Coin that we pay people to make Upload VR content
I think
in Kyle Coin.
I think if we started our own like digital economy inside like the Upload VR studios with like our own Kyle Coin NFT,
Yeah.
do you think that like I don't remember if there's any restrictions on the Meta platform of whether we can implement our own, NFT system. I haven't heard from any VR devs. I know there's a couple that like there's that virtual property company that's making a whole bunch of headlines, and I just roll my eyes at it since it's been done in Second Life for like 20 years. Um,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but like still, I didn't Steam take a stand against having NFTs on their platform?
I don't know. I don't know. Artful here says that if we do Kyle coin, Kyle, I'd be on the head, and Ian, you're the tail.
Oh no.
So if you flip it, Kyle head and Ian tails. Yeah. Is Horizon still only U.S.
Yeah, you
or
it might be North
or
America.
Canada?
Yeah.
So USA or Canada. So if you're outside of that, I don't know. I guess somebody's going to have to bust open, Blender or something and make a Kyle coin, design it with my avatar in the head and your
Don't ask for
avatar's
these
butt
things.
as the
Apparently,
tail.
apparently you've
Why
got like a little
not?
club of
People are
like meme
bored. They want
producers
something
that
fun to do. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, memes make the world go
I don't
round.
know. Kyle's got a secret Discord where he's going to fund the creation of secret Ian memes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I watched last night. My wife and I uh, watched that new Netflix movie that Don't Look Up.
Is it all right? Do I watch it or is it a
And
waste of time?
oh no, definitely watch it. Yeah, no, it's got a great it's twisted. It's almost like dark comedy doesn't work. It's almost like a doomsday comedy. I don't even know how to explain it, but yes, it is absolutely worth it. Um, you just
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, no. Especially if you've been living if you as long as you haven't been living under a rock and you know what's going on like in the world politically and everything, you will appreciate the humor.
Hmm.
It's really good. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just checking out what's going on. Guy says a big pass on NFTs and VR. Yeah, Guy, I'm just not a big uh well, let's just put it this way. I don't have a strong opinion for it. Yeah. Let's see here. Should be fine as a stable coin. Just make sure it can't be used for money laundering. No problem. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's what NFTs are for, money laundering, right?
Yeah. Well, Traveling Man 3775 says Kyle Coin, and he spelled it with a K. So Kyle Coin, Koin. Ads could be the first in VR. You could show Meta how it's done. Let's see. NFTs and I'm not going to. Geese. I'm not going to read that out loud. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like we're all caught up. Are we to the next
I
level yet,
just did
Ian,
it.
where we can go to the next lake?
This very
Yeah.
moment I
Cool.
unlocked it. Two Medicine
Yeah.
Lake. What is that, Montana?
Montana. Okay. Oh. Wow. What? I love these lakes, man. Ooh, look at all those fish out there on the top. I'm gonna go catch all those fishes. We got 67 people watching right now. That's fun. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. Time flies when you're talking to Ian. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
we got to switch between Galaxy Brain and got to switch off and get going. Meta Brain.
Yeah.
Galaxy Brain's going to become Meta Brain pretty soon.
Meta brain.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. I'll fight this one for a little while. You're gonna have to do all the talking, Ian. I'm gonna be too busy pulling in this big dog. I hate missing the big ones.
All right. Yeah. So next year, let's talk Cambria, right? Because I think a lot of people out there are going to be like, okay, I got a Quest 2. This is amazing. I got to start working on Mom and Dad for whatever's next, right? Like, what's the
Oh,
what's the next step if like Quest 2 has been your amazing, Christmas present that you dreamed of? We've got, of course, our best of lists. They might even be in the description of this video, where you can go find what games to get or what accessories to buy. But Cambria, right? We've got a high-end headset that will run Quest games, but it's not going to be a Quest. So that's the next device that we are likely to have out of Meta, and it's going to be a rainbow trout.
dude. Yeah. That's a nice one. Hey, yeah, Cambria. So what? John Carmack made a post. I don't know. I guess this is kind of old news at this point because it was probably last week or two. That it's not going to replace the Quest 2.
Quest 2 is going to be on the
It's
market for a while longer.
Right.
He reiterated that. Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to try to catch the duck. Can I catch the duck? Nope. But yeah, no, we're not going to see. We're not going to see Cambria, whatever is a long A or short A. We're not going to see that replace the Quest 2. So anybody who said, "Oh, I'm going to wait until the next one comes out," that was silly. You should have just bought the Quest 2 and been happy with the fact that that was even available. Because that's really where we're at right now. Is we're just all thrilled to death with the fact that a headset is available at this price point for everybody to go buy,
and it's in stock,
console
right?
level price.
It's in stock.
And it's in stock. Yeah,
you can still go do it. You can still go get it now after the Christmas rush and get it like in a day or 2 days, depending where you get it.
Right.
And that's unheard of in VR history.
Do you know who Cambria is going to be positioned toward? It's the people who go, "I don't care how much it costs. I just want the best headset possible." All right, fine. Here it is. And then everybody's going to go, $1,000, oh man, or $1,500. I mean, what if it's $2,000? Are people going to go, "Oh man, I can't handle that. I can't believe that they try to sell it"? Well, this is exactly what some people asked for. I mean, I want one, and I don't even know what it's got and how much it's going to be.
So we've talked about this a little bit for over time. Heaney is our Unity dev. He's a Unity expert, goes into Unity, and that's how he made our studio. Kyle, you've got a lot of dev experience, and what engines have you been in?
I do. Unreal, Unity, Lumberyard.
Oh,
Shh, don't tell anybody that.
That's Amazon's thing.
I've done. I started off in QBasic, and worked my way over toward Pascal, C++, C#. I've had my. I am the world's most mediocre developer.
Can you put that in your
Seriously.
profile? I like that. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna put that in my profile. The world's most mediocre developer. Yeah. Like out of all the mediocre developers, I am the mediocreest.
Yeah. So, you lost my train of thought with that description. That's hilarious. Cambria.
Yeah.
We're talking about Cambria.
Yes.
Like what I'm trying to get at here is like you're a kid who you're a teenager who got your parents heard your wish, got you a Quest, and you're trying to decide what to do with it. And right now you're just enjoying it. There's some apps you can use to explore potentially turning Quest into like a career choice down the line. And a game engine on your PC, if you've got a PC, is an obvious starting point. So Unity or Unreal and going through tutorials. But there's also things like Shapes XR, which is, I think, got a free trial out there. And you can go in and prototype concepts. There's the Maker Pen over in Rec Room. There's the creation tools in Horizon. And, those tools, you can do some things with those tools. And you're kind of at the cutting edge of what people can do with these VR headsets if you go and download a couple of these VR-based creation platforms. The developer Sculptor VR is one of the games out there that had early creation tools. That developer went and worked at Apple. And there's a whole bunch of people who are getting hired at Apple and Microsoft, and they're building versions of the apps that I just talked to you about. Like Shapes XR is like building things in VR is an obvious endpoint for all of this. And they're all trying to make tools to make that easier and more powerful. But what I'm getting at here is if you can start on the path now to building things in VR and actually get in with a couple communities that will help you learn how to do what you want with a VR headset, learn how to like flex some muscles and learn some new skills. By next Christmas, there should be another headset out from Meta, and there may be headsets out from Apple, and there should be the links, I think, right? And there should be other options for you to uh, develop for or explore beyond just the capabilities of this $300 device. And if you're looking to like make the case by next Christmas, or even start saving up money for a higher end experience, I think that's the path you kind of want to go down. Start learning how to make with your device.
So let's see here. It's got Guy says we all have to start somewhere. Kyle, thank you, Guy. I appreciate you, Mister, doing all my coding without an engine.
Geek Odin doesn't even use an engine. He is like, the guy
Right.
who's sitting at the terminal in the Matrix, and he's like, I just see code,
Yes.
right? I see a person walking down the street. That's
Right.
Geek Odin.
Yes, which is awesome, and I think Guy might be the smartest developer I know, and now a bunch of people are gonna be like, "What about me?" Well, no, sorry, go talk to Guy. Stand in line behind Guy. Let's see. A few people are trying to make estimates on how much Cambria is going to be. It's going to be 4 digits. I just don't know which ones. Oh, yeah. Did you lose that?
I lost it right at the end.
Oh, dude, Ian, that was a big boy too.
Yeah, I worked on it a while. That's rough.
So people, if you're just joining, hello, welcome. It's Kyle and Ian out fishing for brown trout, for those of you who understand that reference. We are in RealVR fishing. We are playing the US DLC that they just released recently. And this is not Brokeback Mountain VR. This is RealVR fishing. And
I mean, it could be. If you want to make it Brokeback Mountain VR, you totally could have that experience. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. Do we need horses? Yeah, my favorite Brokeback Mountain joke is when, was it Family Guy? It was Brokeback Mountain from the horse's perspective. And they go and they look inside the tent and they go, oh, and they get all freaked out at what they're seeing. Let's see. Jay Frizz should add a way that we can download Steam games onto our headsets instead of streaming them.
Oh no, sir.
Well, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Jay Frizz, you have a finite amount of room, of storage space, of RAM, and of GPU capabilities. I mean, this is a headset that's basically a phone and a piece of plastic with some lenses. Until custom silicon starts coming out. Yeah, I understand why you're asking that, and we're just not there yet.
So
someday we will be, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, ask Guy in our comments if he's still watching, how long and how hard it's going to be for him to port his application to OpenXR. So the amount of effort he's going to have to do that ground up rewrite of some core elements, I assume, of his application to make it work in OpenXR. Now, the reason I bring that up is OpenXR is kind of the pathway available to devs to make an application for any platform more easily. But there's still so many graphical differences and architectural differences between a PC and a Quest headset that it becomes a really tough prospect to imagine a single app running on either device. And I've been like asking this question for years, and like one of those people out there, not enough live baits.
Switch to a different bait.
Yeah, one of those people out there that I watch quite a bit, Anton Hand, the developer of Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. It's one of the most popular PC VR games, and you will only ever buy that game on Steam. It will never be available on the Quest store. And so you've got this situation where bunch of people out there, a bunch of kids, watched videos of H3VR being played, and like, that's the game I want. That looks like so much fun to just go out on a shooting range and play around with various guns. Like that legitimately will look like
Mm-hmm.
fun to a certain segment of people. And they go and ask their mom to get them a VR headset, and they may not understand that the VR headset requires a PC and a Steam account in order to enjoy that game. So that dev out there gets inundated right after Christmas with support requests from Quest users
Mm-hmm.
going, "Why can't H3VR run on my Quest?" And
Yeah.
I feel my heart goes out to Anton having to deal with
And
those support
and it
requests every
yeah.
every year.
And it can. You just have to know how. Now, I do want to say, College Slam, you are in the chat here asking a legitimate question. Can you use Amazon gift cards to buy games on Quest 2? The challenge right now is that Meta has not figured out the gift cards in the way that it's easy to just go to the store and buy a gift card and say, here you go buy yourself some VR games. Wolverine spelled wrong. No, you need a generic gift card was the response, meaning that you need like a Visa card or a MasterCard. You have to have a actual 16-digit credit card with the fun number on the back to be able to use that to
I've
buy.
never I've
So
never tried using a gift card in that field, like one of those Amazon prepaids. Do you think that works?
it works. It works. It works. It works. Yeah, it's a challenge. I mean, can you connect PayPal
I
to
think that was an
the
option in the
Oculus?
list when I signed up for it. Wait, Kyle
Okay.
and actually,
All right.
so the devs gave us access to RealVR fishing to test it out, and we ran out of time. And both of us bought the DLC right before coming in here. So
Yep.
I went in and
Exactly.
filled in my
Yeah.
my payment
Yeah.
info, and
Yeah. But you know what I love about it? I love the fact that I purchased it. I supported the devs. Have my $12 and spend it on find me some Midwest fishing holes in the Great Lakes and stuff like that. Give me that fishing, maybe up in northern Canada. Let me catch some pike and walleye and muskie and things like that. That would be fun. So yeah, I will gladly pay them. Take my money. Take my money.
yeah, I bought. So
Take my
I
money.
want to point out to all our viewers out there, I also recently did the same exact thing with the DLC for the Babylon course over on Walkabout Mini Golf. And the amazing thing is, Christmas Day, Mighty Coconut, the developers of Walkabout Mini Golf, added guest mode for Walkabout Mini
Ooh.
Golf, where only one person in your group needs to have paid for the DLC, and you all can go play that course together. So you're basically getting a
Hey,
guest
that's
pass.
awesome. That's awesome. Wolf Raza, not that hard. Okay, well you should have that looked at. Um, let's see here. Artful. Talking of pike, there's pike in this, but someone noticed they have no teeth. Oh no. Well, now we have to work on them having DLC for pike dentures. I don't know. I should catch a fish. I've been talking. But yeah, college slam asking this question. It shows that there is some obvious assumptions of people coming into VR for the first time. They assume that they can, just like they do with Nintendo or PlayStation or any other. It's like, oh, I just want to buy a Switch game, so I just click on this and I buy the Switch game, and it's easy to do or whatever. I don't know why Oculus or Meta hasn't gotten all of the purchasing capabilities figured out. Also, you're not going to stop and buying games off the shelf and then coming home and putting in a cartridge or a disc or whatever. So people are confused. Like, why can't I go buy the game on Amazon with the hundreds of gift cards that I got from different people throughout the Christmas season? There's going to be people who are going to be frustrated. And also, more importantly, King Jellyfish, yes, you do need to have a leader, a metal leader to catch a pike. That's a given. Yeah. Anyway, so Yeah, I mean, are you frustrated at that at all, Ian, about the fact that it's like purchasing and all that from the Oculus store and
Nah.
the app and all that?
I think they could do
You're
some
not?
things to make it more fun or more creative to kind of like get other people or friends into this in a better way. Like there's a couple of comments that I've been paying really close attention to the executives over at Meta. Um, like there was some comment I think Andrew Bosworth made this year, and it was some comment to the effect of like it's platforms all the way down. Um, in reference to kind of like trying to build out something new. And when you think of what they did with their renaming this year, this Meta Platforms thing, they're they're trying to build out a system where they are not reliant on the entrenched existing players for certain things, for fundamental things. Like uh I think a lot about Elon Musk and the SpaceX effort to do Starlink, right? If you could put
Yeah.
in Wi-Fi routers in homes everywhere that do kind of like a mesh network in sort of hand in hand with a satellite backhaul, you might be able to do some really interesting things services wise going forward that kind of forces cable companies or geographic based ISPs to change the way they do things in a significant way. And here we are in this situation where you've got a Quest that has no cell service, right? You've got to use your existing Wi-Fi
Right.
network. And like Mark Zuckerberg or Andrew Bosworth or some executive over there at Meta, is probably going into meetings with a Verizon or a AT&T executive to try to figure out what does a 5G enabled VR headset look like? How does that
It,
how
it
does
it
that work?
looks it looks like you don't have a great connection, is what it looks like.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
like
I mean, let's be honest here. 5G. I
no, no,
mean,
no, no, no. Don't
I
don't
get
misunderstand me,
5G.
Kyle.
Okay.
Like imagine a Quest that's just able to download some video, a game wherever you are, right? And it could get you online into Rec Room conveniently,
Right.
with this paid subscription. Anyways, that in my opinion, the like if you look at it that way, Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile, that's a platform, right? That's something that like
Mm-hmm.
uh that Meta both may want to use in certain stages and replace in other stages of its development. Look at what Apple is doing with their little tile. I can't ever remember what they call those little things. They're AirTags.
AirTags. Yeah.
Look at the way an AirTag phones home without a dedicated Wi-Fi or cellular internet connection, right? It like relays its location off of nearby Bluetooth devices, as I understand it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're moving towards a new phase of computing where, the old. I've been writing this editorial, Kyle, and I went and looked it up. 2004. Do you remember what cell phone plans were like in 2004?
I actually do. Yeah. Yeah. You paid by the minute.
Yep.
You tried really hard not to roam. You were lucky if you had the tri-band, dual band, tri-band, GSM. Yeah, yeah, it was a mess. I mean, I remember the idea that I had one back in the day. I mean, cell phones, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a meme out there. Remember, trying to convince kids that used to pay by the text
Yep.
message.
10,
It's like
10
ha ha
cents.
ha
10.
ha ha.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine spending 10 to 15 cents for every single text message that went to your friends? Those were phone plans in the early 2000s. And you go to 2007 and you have the release of the iPhone where Steve Jobs and Apple say, "We control the operating system. Get off the device, AT&T, Verizon. You are no longer welcome here. You are now, Apple saying you're our customer to this platform, and AT&T and T and Verizon over the years made lots and lots of money from all their new subscribers. But the key thing that mattered was back in 2007, uh, the iPhone had an unlimited data plan. You could not buy a 2G iPhone without getting unlimited data. And it's so memorable to me the way that negotiation that had to happen between Apple and this existing platform completely unlocked the platform. It changed the way people thought of using the device, because no longer am I worried about my minutes, and no longer am I worried about how much internet I'm using. And like that was only 15 years ago, really, that change really happened. And like I think that's what we're due for in the next 2 to 3 years, or even 5 years, is um the existing internet service lines are going to have to change for this new platform.
Yeah, I think that there is definitely a I when I think about, like, I used to have a pager, and I wasn't a doctor or a drug dealer. I just had a pager, and it wasn't one of those cool like text ones either. It was just, what was it, 12 characters or whatever, and somebody would call. I would get my pager would go off. It was purple. I had a purple. I'm not gonna lie, it was purple, and I liked it. It was like translucent purple. I went to one of those kiosks in the mall and got a cool skin for my pager. I mean, that's an entire technology based industry that just disappeared one day. And when I had that, I was like, oh, I don't need a cell phone. I don't need a cell phone. And I remember my wife had one that her parents paid for just to have in the car as an emergency. And that was, you barely used it. And it was, 6 or 8 inches long, and it was ugly, and it didn't do anything but take phone calls. But as soon as you change the technology I remember when Sprint was pushing, what was it, 3G? I think that was the big deal. And that was right around the same time that cell phones, you could switch the phone number, so you could change services. You could take your phone number with you. My phone number that I have right now is the same phone number that I have had since 1999.
That's pretty good.
2000. Is it? Is that true? I don't know. I remember it was originally a GTE wireless phone. And then it was Sprint, then Singular, then AT&T, and then a local Cincinnati Bell was a local carrier when I was living in Ohio. And then I switched to, I don't know, we're on T-Mobile now, but the ability to switch and take a phone number with you, whoever's offering the best thing, so unlimited became a thing. Remember when it used to be nights and weekends? Call me back after 7 o'clock. See, now we're just fishing. We're two old men fishing and reminiscing.
Oh no,
that's what we're doing.
No,
that's literally what we're doing.
We're at the edge of technology here, right? Like I think that's where we are. This is the conversation we needed to have at the end of 2021, because the changes have been slow, and I think they speed up now, right? Like the reminiscing thing, I get it, but like, Kyle, it's so burned into my brain, this moment that happened in college, 2008, where I had a phone in my hand with Google Maps, and I'm able to like direct and figure out where I need to go without needing to know the address before I leave the house, right? And that's the thing those types of changes are going to be even more dramatic over the next 5 years. And I keep coming back, like, are you an iPhone family or an Android family?
We were 100% Android, and then I broke my Note 4, took a dive into Puget Sound, committed suicide, and then I switched to an iPhone, and then I switched my wife to an iPhone, And so now we're a hybrid. We have 2 Androids and 2 iPhones in the house.
And so you have chat groups that
cool.
are like sometimes green, sometimes sometimes
You
blue.
got it.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Why?
well, like
I don't know what the big
well,
deal
did you see the image that popped up over Twitter where like what it's like when you say Merry Christmas and 10 different people all like the status and you're on an Android phone? Like you get spammed by all these notifications of people liking a status update. I guess if you only have a chat group that's maybe 2 people, you're not going to notice it, but like it's kind of hell on earth for Android people who are in a large iPhone-based chat group to get all of those like upvotes out of the iMessage chat. And then the photos and videos come in low quality. Oh, it's just awful.
So we've got a few. Oh man, you got a big dog there. I'm gonna wind in, bring my line in, so you don't get clogged on mine. All right. So I want to talk about a few. Let's see. Keith says up to now, VR has largely been about games. There will be a convergence of smaller, faster, lower wattage devices with systems like Starlink and AI, which will be much more mainstream. Keith, you're not wrong. Let's see here. Artful, yeah, probably as long as I have had my cell phone number, 20 plus years. Yeah, I'm over 20 now with this number. James Moore, it's amazing to be in my 40s through all of this. Had a pager, purple, Android here due to customization and freedom. And James, I feel you. It's when you decide that the customization isn't as important anymore. I think that's when you switched from an Android user to an iPhone. That's been my thing. Let's see. Guy says helping family members that use Android is such a pain, and it is. The complexity is what you're paying for, but the complexity, the more complex something is, the more problems you can have. So there's that. It's a trade-off.
And SharePlay, Kyle, like SharePlay is dramatic. That's overnight. That's going to dramatically change the remote guidance experience on iPhone. And I'm sure does Google have SharePlay? Or like, is there an equivalent? I can just share my entire Android screen. Like, I think they're too fractured to pull that feature off. I know you can stream your screen, but like, yeah.
So here's what's interesting. When my kids came over for Christmas this year, I wanted to show them. They were talking about wishing that they could take a trip to Vegas because they had never been to Vegas. And I appreciate the fact that my kids are so adventurous. And I said, Vegas is fun once, as an old man, Vegas is one of those things where it's like, okay, you go, you see all the things neat. Okay. You take your picture in front of Julius Caesar and Hell's Kitchen and the fakes, Statue of Liberty, the pyramid. Okay. Yeah. You eat at White Castle and everything's good.
In and out.
In and out. Oh, that's true. So, I said, oh man, I want to show you these pictures. So I pull up my phone, I click on AirPlay, and suddenly my TV is showing my pictures. It's a perfect 1-to-1 screen. And it just seems like such a silly thing that's so easy and convenient that my TV just picked up exactly what I wanted to show without having to get an extra app or download something fancy or worrying about this, that, or the other. Sure, you can do these things with Android, but it's easier to do.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be complex. I used to be that person. I used to say that all the time. So I don't know. I mean, and not to knock Vegas. If you live in Vegas,
wait, Kyle, help me reel this
you.
thing in. What am I doing wrong here when it's kind of like getting up to the red and I'm letting
when it gets to red, stop reeling. And if it's whichever direction it's going, like you should have been going opposite of that. And if it's just splashing straight up, pull the rod way up.
So
you want to keep the rod
let it go
up. No, up, pull up.
I thought I was up.
Well, the further you pull up,
like
harder.
Back. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So when it's just splashing straight up, you want to pull up, and then when it's going to the left, you want to go right, and if it's going to the right, you want to go opposite of what it's doing.
So I don't want to fill up that like right meter or up meter. No, I don't want to go down on.
No, if it goes all the way to the red, your tension is too high, and you're going to snap your line. So you want to kind of pull it up, like pull straight up. You should be pulling straight up when it splashes
So
and not move.
I'm confused. There's like a right arrow right now. Left
Yeah.
arrow. I should be
Yeah.
moving in the
You should be
opposite
going
of
the
the arrow.
opposite of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah, I got it now. I've been doing the opposite of that.
Yeah, that explains it. Oh, you got a lunker in there too. Pull that bad boy in. Oh, nice. Nice.
26 inches.
That's a striped bass. A striper, buddy. That's a good one. I used to catch them in the Ohio River back in the day. That's a quality fish right there.
So what I was getting at, Kyle, with like the iPhone question is, do you use Find My iPhone with kids or family?
I mean, I don't really think. I think it's just personal preference.
Well, so the reason
I
I Find My iPhone is this close, really, really close. Let's see, can I do it? This close to being the clock from Harry Potter. And you know the clock that tells you, you know, whether your family is in danger or in transit or at home.
Yeah.
What all we need is the Find My iPhone app to be skinned into a clock and sitting on your wall, and you literally have that feature from Harry Potter, and you know I really think that's the kind of evolution we're in for over the next 5 years of all these apps. You know, the Facebook app becomes your contacts app in your VR headset for calling your friends and family. Messenger doesn't even, you know, gets disconnected from Facebook to a certain extent, and just becomes this way of calling people from your VR and AR headset. And like the same thing is going to happen for all the Apple apps and all the Google apps. They're going to evolve into, you know, spatially aware versions of themselves.
You know, everybody's experiences, and I'm looking at the chat here, everybody's experiences with the different platforms is going to be different depending on how you use it, how comfortable you are with robust technology. And, you know, a lot of people, like my mom and dad, are not technically advanced. I would not say that they are technologically with it, but they're better than others. And they both have Android phones. And I don't see them switching anytime soon over to iPhone, even though if they had started on iPhone, they would love iPhone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they don't like the idea of changing. Can I just point out, if you look over to your left hand, the reflection of that mountain on the water is really impressive. The developers of this game should really be happy with what they've created.
Yep, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think that there's just people just have their choices, their decisions, and I don't think any one is better than the other. I used to be a total Android fanboy and like, oh, Apple, you're so stupid. Oh, and now it's, you know, it's like Jedi. You know, you need to learn the light and the dark side, and I don't know. It's just really cool. Let's see here. Guy says FaceTime is super useful. Don't have to get everyone to install the same app. The Apple ecosystem makes a huge difference. It does. And again, I mean, when I talk to my parents on Fridays, every week we chat on Fridays, and it's usually while I'm in the kitchen with my wife and we're cooking up some cool dinner. And we throw my parents on. We use Facebook Messenger to do video chat with them.
Do a portal yet?
And it's no big deal. You know, it's no big deal. And if Mark Zuckerberg wants to be listening in on the conversation, more power to you, buddy.
I don't agree with your privacy stack. I don't like you're not answering the iPhone, you know, Find My iPhone question, but you'll let Mark Zuckerberg listen in on your calls.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I don't care about Find My iPhone because I'm on T-Mobile and I can find any of my phones anywhere I want from there.
Oh, you're using their service for that. Okay.
Right. So the only kid that I would care about is my 16-year-old who, you know, and since the time of COVID, I've turned that service off because I'm not paying for something. She's at home all the time. I already know where she is. She's either in, you know, the family room, or she's in her room, or she's, you know, in the kitchen. There's not many places for her to go.
It's just,
I don't know.
I just had this thought about that clock idea, Kyle, where it's like, imagine that clock also telling you what virtual world they're in, right? Like, what if they've agreed to show that kind of status update, right? Like, they're in their bedroom playing VR, and they've chosen to share that they're in VR chat or they're in Echo or whatever. And like that's yeah, I'm excited for that kind of feature evolving over the next couple of years. It's going to get really interesting.
I find myself, I walk into my kid's room, and depending on, I like to try to guess what they're doing. So my 16-year-old is playing Echo like it's her job. Like I swear, she's in playing Echo Arena constantly. And as soon as I hear her cursing and swearing and throwing her hands up in the air, I'm like, okay, she's playing Echo. The younger one, the 11-year-old, she's in Rec Room playing whatever, and it's fantastic. I mean, I can always tell, and if not, I go up and I grab their hand and go blah, blah, and scare them. No, I don't do that. That's terrible. But I do. I say, hey, what are you playing? I just yell it in the room. Hey, what are you playing? Rec Room. We're doing paintball. Okay. What are you playing? Oh, Echo. I don't need to ask you.
Are you winning? Like you don't come in the room and like,
yeah, I know. I always do that. we were playing Mario Party the other day, and I'm not a big fan of Mario Party. But they made me play on Christmas, and I'm like, am I winning? I just kept saying that over and over again. The sad thing was most of the game I was winning, and I just kind of pretended like I didn't know I was winning.
Oh, that's brutal. That's mean. It's mean dad stuff.
It is. I am a mean dad. You can ask my kids; they'll tell you as they play in their own personal VR headsets.
Yeah, that right. Yeah, I get that.
And the sad thing is that I mean, my kids are VR natives at this point. I've seen that word pop up a few times recently. My kids are VR natives. They don't know a world without VR at this point. I mean, I've been screwing around with VR since DK1 days. Was that 2013? So, I mean, these kids they've seen VR since birth almost.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm trying to
crazy.
get across to my kids is like, kids, do you understand that like the thing you've had for the last 2 years that you know what it means to be, have that in our home. Like millions of kids just joined you, and like over the next 6 months,
Yeah.
it's going to be like I remember. Yeah, that sparks a memory from me being a kid with like Game Boy, and remember discussing like different versions of Pokemon that were only released in Japan, right? And like I had only had the US cartridge one Christmas, and um of course, next Christmas some games come out for the US, and like there's a one kid in school who has family that goes to Japan and has that Japanese cartridge before everyone else. Like that's
right.
I'm having to
Yeah,
explain to my
right.
kids, I'm not recapping that whole story, but like, look, you guys realize like you're not alone anymore.
Yeah. Right. Hey, when you reel in, let's switch to the next lake if we can.
Yeah, I've been trying to unlock it, and I've been so distracted by our conversation that I've just been failing at fishing.
I know. Well,
fundamentally.
see, and then I'll just keep catching fish then, I guess. Yeah.
I think maybe our next one needs to be the last. I'm getting really hot in here.
I know, right? Me too.
Middle of winter,
my
don't
wife
have
already
a lot of air circulating in this room, so it's building up off of the
Well,
headset.
we're in Seattle, and it snowed about, I don't know, almost 8 inches.
Oh wow.
over the last day or so. So yeah, we woke up yesterday morning. I'm like, why is it so bright? Oh shoot, there's snow. So we're kind of snowed in, which is just funny because we're not going anywhere anyway. And yeah, my wife just came in. I usually do this game, or I usually do the show in our bedroom, and she comes in. She's like, "Are you still playing?" Like I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still playing. Yes, we're fishing and we're doing a live show." So yeah, and then she says, "Are you winning?" It's like I don't know.
I'm only catching the littlest fish, I think, with whatever bait combination I have right now.
Well, it's your bait, it's what's available to at this lake. I mean, some lakes are better than others for fishing. So once you get to the next level, we can switch and try something else. Have you done the saltwater fishing?
I did in
In this game?
earlier, like maybe a year ago or 6 months or something like that.
It's nuts. It's so hard. I'm having such a hard time. I just want to catch a shark, and every time I get one, I fight it for a little while, and then boom, the line breaks. Let's see. But or something is saying I'm really enjoying the gaming live show. Very cool format.
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, and Valdark says, my wife's like, you're probably thinking working hard or hardly working. Yep, that's it. I'm fishing for work. Yeah, this has been a difficult Monday. You know, Mondays, right, Ian? Am I right?
Yeah.
Mondays.
I mean, to be honest, they needed this after a week of dealing with COVID and tests and
Yeah.
trying to schedule. Like I go to Walmart has outsourced all the testing that they do to Quest Diagnostics, and so like it's 2 days before Christmas, and I'm looking for COVID tests, and it's like the Quest website is down for maintenance in the middle of the day. It's like I don't think that's maintenance. I'm thinking that's a lot of people with COVID.
Yeah. And when you say Quest, you don't mean the Quest.
No, I
like
mean Quest
the headset.
Diagnostics. Yeah, an entirely,
Right.
a medical testing company. That's
Right.
doing all the COVID tests nationally, and it's like got to track down 3 tests, and now I've got the Arkansas Department of Health leaving me phone messages while I'm in here fishing with you, where they're like trying to contact trace my kids, and I'm like, listen,
Oh, man.
listen, Arkansas Department of Health, let me read to you what it says in the CDC website about my quarantine period here, and yeah, it's been a fun day.
I have to admit, Ian, that, well, first of all, I haven't been fishing in quite a while because of COVID and because of everything. And I haven't actually just had a good conversation while I'm fishing with somebody. I mean, this has actually really been enjoyable. I mean, it's been a real low key show. I mean, we've talked about this is the kind of conversation that we would have had if you and I were physically in the same place,
Yeah.
having a fishing experience together. This is exactly how it would have gone.
Yep.
And I've really enjoyed this. I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing our show, but this has been different. We should do this more often.
Yeah, I gotta see if they have a third. I can't remember if they have a third. Yeah, what we could do is log in a third person and have them be the stationary camera, and get
Oh,
a third perspective that way.
yeah. Yeah. That's not bad. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think I gotta just get one more fish, and then we can go to the next course
One
and
more
close
fish.
this up. And if you
Okay.
have any more
All
questions,
right.
drop them into the chat.
Yeah, I'm in here. Let's see. Do you guys have a meeting place in VR? Um, I mean, we've got our own studio, which we use quite frequently. And we don't like party hard in VR chat or rec room or anything like that normally.
But if you're a person who does that,
We could.
we'd love
We
to talk to
should.
you.
Yeah.
It's something.
You know what we need? We need correspondence for each of the social media platforms.
We do.
Like VR chat, rec room. Yeah, we should get some people like, on the scene reporting from VR chat.
Yep. All you got to do is go into VR chat, record some footage, and then you could come into our studio and record sort of like a 5-minute segment saying this is what's happened in VR chat this week.
Some of our regulars are saying that they're digging this. This is a fun little respite from the main studio. So we love that kind of feedback. It's good to hear that.
Yeah, the thing I'm gonna
Put
try.
an orange and another headset for the camera. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I think I might try that with Walkabout Mini Golf first, before I try that with this. Maybe Walkabout Mini Golf wouldn't work as well because you're always moving in Walkabout. You would have a station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd need like a third person. We need a camera on the outside, like for mixed reality. There it is. See, we just need to use the mixed reality stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I want. I don't want people to see
Shred,
me in the real
Alaska.
world.
Yes, this is real VR fishing. Yes, this is real VR fishing. This is the new DLC, which we highly recommend if you're if you're a fan of fishing, this and you're a fan of this game, this DLC is totally worth the $12.
Yeah, to be perfectly
Are there
honest,
any news?
to be perfectly honest, Kyle,
Yeah.
one of the reasons I've been in here so long today is the conversation has been so entertaining, but also
It has been.
the progression of wanting to unlock the new levels has been actually driving me a little bit here
Right.
to keep going.
Yep. Absolutely. So question is from Swagter. Are there any news for Quest VR sets? Any new models coming? Sure. Someday.
So,
We don't have any dates or times or anything. We just know that there will be Cambria will show up eventually next year at some point. We don't know when. But no, there's no special news today. We're just yakking
what
and
I
fishing.
we can give some expectations though. I would expect so the thing to keep in mind about what Meta does, what Meta Platforms is they move fast. They move faster than almost any other tech company that I've ever seen, and that means monthly software updates at this point. And then even staggered beyond that, you might get like bi-weekly software updates for the Quest platform going forward. Let's see if we can go to the next course now. It is unlocked.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Just to
Good one
quickly
to end
answer
on.
this. Yeah. Really? Cool. So just to answer a question here, what's new on this update? Oh my good God. Look at that. That is fantastic. Is this Colorado River?
Yep. Arizona.
Holy moly. Yeah, so this answers the question kind of what's new in the update. This new fish, new locations all over the US or at least the West. And wow, yeah. I mean, other than that, the update it didn't need a whole lot more update, really. I mean, just more fish, the dynamics, the mechanics of this game. Oh, I am absolutely going to go for a lure here, and I'm going to throw a top water lure on this bad boy. I'm going to hit the rocks over there. Come on, get in there. There's got to be some bass. I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, with the progression, yeah, if you update the RealVR fishing, get the DLC, there's all new progression. It's like kind of starting over from scratch, so that's kind of cool. There we go.
I'd kind of lose my mind if
And
if the shadows changed here on the wall.
if the sun
Yep.
switched and yeah, oh, I would love that. I would love that. All right. I feel like am I bringing in a bass here? What is this? I can't. The lighting in this game is glorious. What do I got? That's a trout. Yep. Trout named Brooke. Cool. Yeah, hey, no problem. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is do we think 2022 will bring a new Meta headset? If so, higher or same price? Or
Yeah.
should they wait till 2023 since 2021 is the year of VR?
Yeah, sorry. All right, so I got lost in the switchover of locations there. I would expect sometime in the next 6 months a rebranded box, essentially, right? They're going to need to more they're calling it the MetaQuest and the MetaQuest 2. And I think they still need to align.
They are calling it that. I'm not calling it that.
Well, I'm convinced that means there's going to be a new box with new games and new packages. So the question is whether they'll change anything else when they do that, right? Are they just changing the packaging? It says Oculus on the headset itself. When do they actually exhaust all of those models and then start selling ones that say Meta on the front? And I don't know how that transition goes for them. But there's a thread on Twitter that I read over the last few days from one of the executives over at Horizon, the Horizon effort Meta, and the tweet effectively said at $299, the 128 gigabyte Quest is unbeatable. The executive used that word, and I think I've even used that word, but prior to them using it. There is simply no way that a competitor can match the quality of experience for that all-in-one package. And over the holiday season here, we saw Meta testing out with like a partner like Walmart a $200 price point for the 64 gigabyte earlier generation Quests. And it's causing lots of like situations here where like you know, Meta really should do like a buyback program of some kind for both the original Quest 2 and the Quest 1. And like you should be able to send that back to these companies and get a little bit off of a new headset. And I would so what I'm getting at here is I think near term the Quest 2 is going to get minor changes. And I think if you're getting a 128 gigabyte Quest 2 at the end of this year, you're going to have a really great experience in VR for a long time. Um, I wouldn't expect any massive updates to the Quest 2 line in the next year, but again, they are going to do a switchover here, I think, to this meta branding, and there could be some changes in store when they do that. Then they'll switch over at some point to a Quest 3 or some kind of other low-end strategy. But they've got a path here where they've got millions of Quest 2s that are only 64 gigabytes that, people aren't going to want because they're going to want 120 gigabytes of storage. And like, that's an entry level way to get into VR next Christmas for maybe even under $200. Geez, it could be insane what prices they could go to if they have the stock.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how all that pans. You just said it just seems like it could be so weird. What will be available? Will there be new models? I think the Quest 2 is the main headset for at least another year or two, and then I think Cambria will come out for all of us tech geeks that want the big stuff, and then I think I think a Quest 3 might show up someday, but I don't think it's going to be 2022. I would almost guarantee it won't be 2022. 2023 maybe, but why would they? I mean, let it simmer for a while. I mean, it's something substantial would have to happen for a new headset to have a new chip. I mean, they've already talked about wanting new silicon. They have their own custom silicon. Let them stew a couple years, come up with something real good, real nice, real cheap, and then come out with that. And in the meantime, people can screw around with Cambria for those people that can afford it and justify it. I do want to say here, Guy is saying, I don't know, I have a feeling the name change is a bad idea. Everyone that knows the Oculus name associates it with VR. I think he's right. I think that the name change, I'm not a fan of it. I understand it. I get it from a business standpoint, but I don't like it, and don't think it's a great idea. So we'll see. We'll see how that all turns out. We will see.
I got those galaxy brain thoughts
go.
that I need to get out in the in an editorial where it's like, the company is called Meta Platforms now, and there's this comment made by John Carmack earlier this year at the developer conference, and I've been pondering this comment basically nonstop since he made it because it stood out like a sore thumb in this like hour and a half, however long he was given that conversation, where like it really felt like Mark Zuckerberg paid John Carmack a lot of money to tell the public some hard truths about the way Facebook is run. And it was almost like, it's a little bit of like shining sunlight on Facebook's strategy and Meta's strategy, where like, yeah, Meta could have could screw this up. They've got this lead. They've got, I like the lead. The lead I've been pondering for this editorial, Kyle, is a question. And it's a very simple question of, has Mark Zuckerberg already won?
Well, I don't think there's something for him to win.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it is a thing for, like, you're saying Mark Zuckerberg specifically, the human being. Did he win? Am I winning? I don't know if that is actually the right question to ask. And to say that John Carmack was paid to say something
Yeah,
specific,
yeah.
I
No.
mean,
What is paid to do was speak his mind publicly, and
yeah,
he did. And
right.
his comment was, and I love it so much. It's almost like I'm going to memorize it. I think because I'm going to listen to it so much. But he says, architecture astronauts is the metaverse is a honeypot trap for architecture astronauts. And he goes on to explain what the term architecture astronauts is. Architecture astronauts is a pejorative term to refer to a certain class of programmer or designer who only wants to think about the big picture. They only want to think about how platforms are going to. He says this sentence so fast that you're going to be able to have apps that are able to atomically, be handed off to other things. Like he's basically, it really felt to me like he was describing Mark Zuckerberg at Meta saying, now's the time to build the metaverse. I decided now, Mark Zuckerberg saying now, right? And John Carmack is saying, you know, okay, you're gonna spend billions of dollars on this, but you could lose. You could waste time here, focusing on this uh, broader platform play, building the metaverse rather than actually improving the core underlying experience. And so, like John Carmack's opinion is like, uh, VR will get bigger. That the next tens of millions of people will be brought into VR if they can make a Quest 3 that does everything the Quest 2 does, except it's cheaper, faster, and lighter. So I think there's a very realistic expectation that there will be that device in Facebook's future after they get Cambria out to market. And it's just a question of what year they're actually able to secure those components at the price they actually have decided they need to achieve.
Well, right.
Uh,
In the market is all weird and availability of silicon and blah 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 blah. So who the hell knows? I mean, how do you make plans for when you don't even know what's going to be available to you? How can you make any plans at all?
but
So I don't
but
know.
so
It gets
so
complicated.
what I want to get at there is over the last 5 years, Facebook has killed the Go platform, the Gear VR platform, and the Rift platform is currently on its, it's on life support. And it could be open sourced or, it could be openified somehow to, keep that going, keep an Oculus store for PC. But like they have one platform that they care about in VR right now, and that's the Quest platform. And here's Mark Zuckerberg and Andrew Bosworth and Meta essentially saying in so many terms, uh, Quest is just one platform that we're going to do. We're going to have another headset. We're not calling it a Quest. That suggests to me like they're actually going to ship another platform next year, and it's going to be compatible with Quest games, but it could be another platform, right? It could be the basis of their VR platform. But like it's just what I'm getting at there is I think I think what John Carmack did at Connect was point out to Mark Zuckerberg, the public, every Facebook employee, that this is how Facebook could screw it up. If they spend too much money on the wrong things over the next couple years. And who knows, is Cambria, is he suggesting Cambria is that? I don't know. He didn't come out and say that. But
I know what you're asking, and I don't know if I want to answer that because I'm not sure. Now I have to rethink all of that. Is that what he's talking about when he says about Cambria? I don't know. Oh, by the way, Guy says that the architecture astronaut name is from a book
yeah.
released in early 2000. So that's a reference You know.
Yeah, I have when I read that tweet where I've my most viral tweet this year was literally just Carmack's quote here where he says this about the state of the market in this year, and one of the top replies was someone who went and looked up that term. And yeah, it's not a new term. It's just there is this type of person who works in this market, and it's like we'll have NFTs powering this, and it'll hand off to this, and then we'll have a shell that this lives inside. And Carmack is saying, look, we just need to make the Quest 2 faster, stronger, better, cheaper, and we're gonna win. Is what I took that whole like thing to mean. But like, here's Mark Zuckerberg kind of saying he wants facial tracking, eye tracking, these things that they need to build out in a, all the executives at Facebook are aware that this is going to be a lower, that this device isn't going to ship as many units. I think the stream just went down.
Well, I think we're done
anyway.
So even if the stream is still going, I think it's time to call it quits. So, all right, dude. Well,
dang, that was a long stream. How long were we in here? 2.5 hours?
That was great. Pretty long. Whew. So yeah, somebody even said, "Are these guys still fishing?" Yes.
Yeah, Colorado River. There's eagles. This is amazing. Oh, I'm sore.
I love it, dude. All right.
Well, I'll see ya.
I'll catch you later, man. See ya.
All right. See y'all later. Thank you for tuning in today. We should be back, I don't know, Thursday with a Gamescast. This was an unofficial Gamescast.
Unofficial Gamescast, yeah.
But,
I need to say it. We'll see you in the future. So long, everybody. Okay, there you go. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.